Welcome to the Dreamers Hub podcast.
We can be whatever we dream.
This podcast is about collaboration between the dreamers and the doers to inspire more people to do more of the things they enjoy doing.
When you do what you love, you achieve so much more with your life.
So if you're into real people having some raw, unapologetic conversations, let's catch a vibe.
Today is your day.
And now, Nettie.
What up? Welcome back to the Dreamers Hub podcast. Yo, it's been a cool ass minute. I feel like I say that every time I intro one of these podcast episodes, but today I just felt the vibe. I've been feeling the vibe, but I'm just kind of lazy to put all this thing, the whole setup and everything. But I wanted to check in with you guys. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo está la familia? How's everything? I got to catch you guys up. I've been going through a bunch of ups and downs. And I feel like as you capture my post on Instagram or, you kind of, if you watch the videos on YouTube or the vlogs, I feel like you kind of can gauge where I'm at in life or mentally, I guess. But I will say that I did have a lot of downtime. And I've really just been focusing on myself. Lately, there's been a lot of conversation that I've been having, with my close friends and my family and just in general about, where I'm at and, where other people are at in life. And I think, for a lot of us, especially in my age range, I feel like we were raised in an era or a time period where we in our brain have marked the year 30. So we've been programmed to think that by 30 years old, you're supposed to have everything figured out. And that's being because old traditions have carried on, obviously, as being part of the millennial team, you fixate on the idea that you have to hurry up and get somewhere in life. When realistically, after talking to everybody, I've really just been focused on being happy with where I'm at, mentally, emotionally, physically, and just really enjoying life for what it is. And I really think that's a big topic, which is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I did a post about it and I got a lot of feedback on it saying, a lot of people agreed. And I really do believe that for me personally, right, I'm only speaking from experience, but for me personally, I've just felt that, for a long time, I felt like I was chasing something, but I never really knew what. And realistically, it wasn't until I turned 30 that I realized, I'm barely recognizing, acknowledging who I am as a person, the things I like, the things I don't like. And honestly, for a long time, I think you're raised also to not express yourself as openly as you should, because you never really want to hurt people's feelings. You never want to cause any type of commotion, any type of ruckus. Now at 33, and my birthday's coming up in a couple weeks here, I just come to the realization that you shouldn't have to feel like you're chasing something. You have your whole life to get there and figure it out, and really just taking it upon yourself to really tell yourself, time out. What is it that I'm chasing after? What are the things that I like? What are the things that I don't like? And really having those self-talks, internal conversations with yourself, because it's not really till then, kind of just start figuring out who you are as a person. I think, you grow up with your friends, and if you're still friends with your high school friends, at some point, some friendships just expire, right? And that's okay. You outgrow people, and that's okay. It's nothing against those people, but if you're trying to take a certain route in life, whatever that journey is for you specifically, it's okay to outgrow people. And I've mentioned this before in a previous podcast, but certain people are just not meant to carry on with you on your journey, because as you're growing, as you're progressing in life, you realize the things that you like, the things that you don't like, and certain people will still be hanging on to certain traditions and certain behaviors that don't necessarily fit whatever it is you're chasing after. And I'm a huge believer in surrounding yourself with people that are going to carry you forward, not in a weird beneficiary way, but there's people that are progressing in their own journey, and that in itself is inspirational. And so to have those type of people around you in your circle, to have people chasing a specific thing, whether it's a career, a fitness goal, just any little a business, just any little thing, is to me motivational and inspirational. And those are the type of people that I like to surround myself with. I started drifting away from the party scene for a while now. Now it's just I can gauge it. I can control myself. I can basically leave it to like just the weekends. And growing up, all through my 20s, I wasn't like that. I was so full of FOMO, so full of like, shit, I'm going to miss out on all these events. And don't get me wrong, although some of those are great and, you're building memories and those memories are forever with me, I am more selective about the things that I apply myself in or the things that I submerge myself in, because time is of the essence, time is money. And even though we're not in a rush to get to things, you got to get to a point in your life where you're thinking to yourself, is this going to benefit me in the long run? Yes or no, and then move accordingly. I just want to say to everybody out there, if you haven't figured out your thing that you're into or whatever, like, it's okay. Like, stop thinking that you're in a rush. The whole beauty of life is enjoying the journey and enjoying the process of where you're at. Because come next year, in all hopes, I would only hope that you've already progressed from where you were at last year, and so on and so forth, right? If you really take, your experiences into consideration, a lot of the quote unquote, what people would call bad experiences, really just make you grow whether you like it or not, right? Now, there is some people that will take it upon themselves and, victimize themselves and whatnot, but I want to say, because I believe in humanity, majority of people will take these life lessons and make them into something positive or turn them into something positive for the sake of you just as a person. Because I think that if you tend to go the negative route, your life then just becomes negative, and this is not no fun. There's not a way to enjoy life. And being in that headspace, it's not any fun. Nobody likes a negative person. Negative people tend to drag on. Negative people tend to bring down people that are trying to be positive. And being positive is a struggle day in and day out. Trust me, I'm not always positive. Majority of my mindset is positive. I strive to be as positive and find the silver lining in every situation, but it's not always like that. And that's just realistic, right? And I know that we're going to have good days and bad days, but realizing that, one, it's okay to have the bad days. Two, it's okay to have the good days. Both of those are important, because those will show you how to navigate this life, how to navigate through this world, right? There's so much out there. There's so much information, constant information being fed to you through social media, through the internet. You're constantly being fed information. And sometimes it's up to us to shut that down. It's up to us to acknowledge the things that are helping our mental health, helping how we feel about ourselves. I do believe that social media can subconsciously make you feel like shit without even wanting to. So be mindful of the accounts that you're following. Be mindful of the people that you're surrounding yourself with, because that plays a big part into your mental health, your emotional stability, sometimes your financial stability, and it plays into whatever it is you're chasing after. At the end of the day, the people that you surround yourself with and the things that you allow in will dictate how you perceive the world and how you move through the world. So I just want to say to everybody out there, focus on yourself. Right now, yes, I'm single, so a lot of my focus is within myself, and I'm giving myself that time to grow, mentally, physically, emotionally, all the things, right? But also, if you're in a relationship, like, don't forget to be that individual that you were outside of the relationship. The individual that you are should never negatively affect how you move along this world with your partner, right? Your partner is there to help you grow, to challenge you. And, at the end of the day, it's two individuals navigating the world, but it's how can you uplift each other? How can you communicate better? And I just don't think that even if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be able to focus on yourself or give yourself that downtime, that me time, to really figure out what are the things I want, what are the things I don't want, and how you can, explain that to your partner in a sense that, okay, this is what I want out of life. This is what I want out of this relationship, and be able to navigate the world together as a team, as a unit. It's so important to communicate, not only in relationships, but friendships, to be able to communicate how you feel. I know for me personally, I was raised in an environment where you don't want to disrupt, and I think a lot of us are like that, right? You don't want to cause any ruckus. You kind of just want to, You don't want to cause any ruckus. You don't want to cause any arguments. But at the end of the day, if we're not communicating the things that we want, the things that we don't want, the things that we don't like, the things that we like, to me, that's just not a way of living, and it's just not realistic. Why should you suppress those things that you know internally as you go through life experience? Why should you suppress those things that you do or don't like and not communicate those across the board so you can be in a healthier mental state? I do believe that a lot of our mental state can be impacted by the outside world, but also those things, those gut feelings that you feel automatically, if they make you feel any type of way and you're not communicating those things, like, that affects the way you navigate the world. That affects everything. You know, you have to be able to communicate how you feel to be able to navigate this world and really enjoy this thing called life. And at the end of the day, all of this plays into you being okay with being who you are as an individual. The minute that you become okay with the person that you are is the minute you can navigate this world happily, right? Whether you're trying to figure things out, whether you're not where you want to be, at the end of the day, if you're not rushed into thinking you have to be somewhere because of old traditions, then it'll be worth it. Don't stress yourself out thinking you have to be somewhere fast. Enjoy life, enjoy the moments, and figure it out one day at a time. Make sure you subscribe to Apple Podcasts, to the YouTube, and to my Instagram to keep up to date with all the content. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Hold up. One more thing. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Dreamers Hub podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, and share with the real ones in your life. Be sure to tune in to more inspirational content next week. Peace.